So this has to be one of my worst games that I've ever played. 60% accuracy, 7 inaccuracies, 8 mistakes and a blunder. I have no idea what happened here, but let's just take a look at it and see what I did wrong. So as for opening, we have a Caro-Kann advanced version with C5, and I just took it, and this is my new weapon against the Caro-Kann, the advanced version, and taking on C5. And when they play knight C6, which is what I really like to see, we play F4 to protect the pawn. And basically the strategy is keep on defending these pawns, don't let them take. When I have consolidated the position, I'm just going to be up a pawn and they're going to have a very bad time. Technically, they do have queen a5 check, just winning back the pawn right away, but they chose to play knight h6, trying to develop probably, and I played c3 to prepare b4 so that I can protect this pawn very nicely. And bishop g4, getting a tempo on my queen. I just responded with blocking with the knight. a5 to stop b4. Computer thinks it's a mistake, but I think it's a pretty reasonable move. When I play b4, they can just take and then probably would just win a pawn. And after that, I pinned this knight. Oh yeah, the main reason why I pinned this knight is because I wanted to play b4, and the knight was controlling the square so that when I take, they can take it with the knight. We have knight f5, just getting their knight into position. Yeah, and now b4. The engine will say that it's a mistake. The best move was e6. I'm not going to lie, I would never even consider playing such a move in this position. There are times where e6 is really, really good to completely destroy their structure and make the king very weak. But in this advanced kind of position, Caro-Kann advance is just not what I think about. So I played b4 and now knight h4, so putting pressure on my knight. I'm not going to lie, I didn't even expect this move. Like, I didn't even get that the knight could go here and then put pressure on my knight, but I just castled, and when he takes, I just take back with a pawn, and the queen can't even enter my king side right now, so I'm relatively safe, at least for now. So they chose to attack my rook, I just moved it away. e6 to get this nice little pawn chain. And from here, I still had quite a lot of pieces to develop here. I am up a pawn, but man, my pawn structure is not very nice, and queen might even get into h4 and harass my king. So I do have quite a bit of things to do here. So I played queen a4, which is just another mistake, to be just putting pressure on this knight. So they chose to play queen c7. My idea was when they play queen c7 or rook c8, they're not going to be able to take on b4. So for example, queen c7, they can't take because the rook will be hanging. And rook c8, then they don't even have the rook attacking my queen. That was basically my logic. And yeah, after they defended, I just developed bishop e7, and then I took, played a3 just to completely safeguard this structure. They castled, and yeah, just moved the queen away. They were threatening to have some discoveries. So yeah, now they played g5, pushing a pawn in front of their king, which was pretty surprising, to be honest. This is a very weakening move, but right now it's probably not good if I take, since I'll lose the e5 pawn. So I played king h1, trying to get my rook over here, and they actually did the same thing. So I moved my rook, they moved the rook. And what is interesting here is I could have just taken the pawn on g5, and when he takes on e5 with the queen, he's just going to lose the queen. Unfortunately, I didn't see this idea up until quite a lot of moves later. Yeah, I mean, this would have been such an important move to play right now, but I just didn't see it. So I played queen e2, yet another mistake. I'm actually curious, what was the best thing? Wow, rook g3. So I think I was also considering this, but I didn't like that the bishop could just attack my queen. So let's just see what happens. Hold on, wait. After bishop moves here, what's the best move? Let me see. Queen e2. Oh, so my move wasn't even that bad. It was just after rook g3 and then they moved their bishop. That's when it makes sense. Yeah, they already moved their bishop back. Knight d2. Finally, a best move out of all these mistakes that I have done. Yeah, rook g7, and now this is where I actually saw this idea. So now I saw that I could have taken, and when he went here, just this, but unfortunately it's just too late. If I take, he takes, I can't even go here because my queen will be hanging, so that's really unfortunate. So I rerouted my knight to d4, he went a4, which is, yeah, I really like to see this move because it just completely closes the structure and I don't even have to worry about this. And now knight d4, and yeah, look at that, +3. So I'm essentially up a piece, and I think it has to do something with this pawn being captured. I'm actually curious. What's the best move? h6. So let's just say black plays something like this. Oh, okay. No, wait. If bishop goes back, what's the move? Okay, taking here. What if they take back? Oh. Yeah, I mean, their position, it looks like their position is just very fragile. Yeah. Pretty good position for me right now, but I didn't know how to capitalize on this. So I went bishop back. Now I'm trying to take this pawn. And he actually let me take it. But after bishop here, I wasn't able to play f4. I had to move the queen first, but moving the queen is actually a mistake. I should have played h4, just protecting this pawn. But yeah, I mean, I just didn't like to completely open up my king. So I played this, and now I played f4. Yeah, they moved the rook, h3, and yeah, just offered up a trade. I'm up a pawn, and I also have very low time, so I like to trade pieces to simplify the position. And he went queen d8, so leaving the c6 pawn hanging, and it also comes with a fork. As you would have guessed it, I didn't even see that. I just quickly rushed into trading everything down. I have pretty low time, so I have to make moves fast. But yeah, I mean, I'm so disappointed that I didn't even see this. So I took and then went here. So missed this again. And now the opponent knew, okay, this pawn was hanging, and they went back. And from here, I kind of didn't know what to do. I wanted to play queen d1 to attack this pawn, but bishop was here, so my idea was to go here and then here to hit this pawn, but it was a terrible idea. And yeah, he just went queen a6 to try and infiltrate my position. And here I was really thinking, which is the better move, king g1 or king g2? And king g1 is better. I'm not exactly sure why. I think it has to do something with this bishop not being able to check my king. But yeah, I unfortunately chose king g2. It's a blunder, and now it's actually still equal, but only if I find weird moves like b5 and f5, which is not really natural. So I backed up the queen, they give a check, and they infiltrated with the queen. So they're threatening this now. They're threatening like, yeah, so if I move my queen here, for example, I'm just dropping the bishop. It's just extreme. Yeah, and also I can't even move my bishop because the queen is going to be hanging. So this was just a completely lost position. And after a couple moves, I lost the game. Yeah, and after I saw the game review, I was so shocked that I had 60% accuracy. I never play like this. I never had any accuracies below 70% since like in a very long time. It just shows that even when you're close to 1900 or 2000, you still have a long way to go in chess. And yeah, it just keeps on going. It's the rating of how good you are is only relative. Like for example, a 2200 would probably see someone at 1900 as, yeah, they're kind of okay at the game, but nothing special. Whereas a 1300 would see, okay, I can't, this is impossible for me to win against them. And yeah, I mean, mistakes are still being made at this rating range. And I think I still have a long way to go. But yeah, I just wanted to cover this game. And if you managed to learn something from this video, feel free to subscribe. Otherwise, that's it.